Restarting stream. Hopefully everything's good. If it's not, then this might be it for the night. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Okay, everything's looking stable for now. I need it to be stable for a bit, another hour. Hello, Pato. Thank you for staying around. Yeah, my internet's been like sometimes it's perfectly fine, and I did like an almost like a 9-hour stream, and it was perfectly fine one time. And sometimes I'm doing for a 2-hour stream, and the first hour is just dice. I haven't figured out the cause. So yeah, but we're back. I have returned. This is the second time I think stream dies, but hey, we're going. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Yeah. And I'm gonna keep working on my thingy. My comic, my webcomic. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm actually almost done with this part. I'm basically splitting the, each chapter is like 30-ish pages. I'm splitting into like smaller, parts of the like, I'm making it like for like shorter updates for the webtoon version. But also, thank you for like my PNG tour. It was kind of an improvised idea, but I had like this general, like, I wanted to be like a little skeleton guy, but I kind of wanted to do something quick and improvise, and it just came up with this idea, and it just kind of was like, I like it, it's funny. It's a silly little pile of bones. I kind of wasn't originally intending to be just a pile of bones. It was supposed to be a properly shaped skeleton. But yeah, I kind of like, this was easier to draw, I think. It was funny, and it's also just it's just kind of a mood. It's a constant mood. Just like, yep. Internet's being a little unstable, sadly, but we'll keep going. We'll keep going. And also, thanks for the follow. I think I noticed you followed. I don't know if the notification went off, but I can replay that if that wasn't the case, just because, you know. But yeah, thank you so much for the follow. Trying to get to affiliate, and, you know, it takes time. We're getting there. So every little follow helps. So I need to get to like 25, I think. But yeah. Oops, I am looking through all of my windows and not finding what I'm trying to find. Oh, thank you. It means a lot. And yeah. But yeah, because I didn't hear the alert go off for the follow, so maybe it happened while I was dying. So I'm gonna replay it. Cause damn it, I put effort into that animation, and people are gonna see it. There we go. I think that's gonna replay it. Yeah, thank you for the follow. This is all still kind of like a work in progress. Having the stream for too long, but yeah. I'm still working on animating the alerts in here. Which, at the moment, my alerts are based on my characters from my webcomic. Which you just saw. Thank you. Yeah, you just saw Jill over here. She's right here. She's the protagonist. She's kind of a mess, but, you know, I like characters like that. Oh, really? Have you been actually reading it? And seeing the mess that kinda started happening in, like, webtoons, where it was like, here's the original part, and oh no, the webtoon version, and now it's just the webtoon version. But yeah, it's still the same one, I'm just, cutting it into pieces, so it works better for, phone scrolling, which I think it is the main audience for webtoon and tapas. And I just feel like it will have a better chance of finding an audience in those platforms if I follow their format. Oh, thank you. Oh, I see. I think I misunderstood what you meant by resetting. You mean resetting stream. That makes sense. But you meant like resetting the comic, which technically that did happen on Webtoon. I had like all of the chapters posted, but now I'm like reposting them. But yeah. So this is the normal sort of like comic book format, I guess, manga. I'm imitating manga, which is why it's in black and white. Also because it's easier. But yeah. Yeah, I'm also, and I haven't really worked on it too much right now. I've just been working on this, which I'm almost caught up. I've only made 4 chapters so far. Chapter 5, and I'm still in the writing phase. But yeah, this is chapter 4, part 3, and I will be working on chapter. Wait, was it? It's gonna be 7 parts. Man, thank you for liking my art. It's still a work in progress for me, and I feel like I haven't progressed as much these like previous years, but that's mainly because I've been putting my focus more on learning how to write, which I'm still kind of new at writing. That's still something that I haven't been doing for as long as drawing. So, for comics, writing is very important. I would personally say it's more important than the art itself. Like, the art can look pretty, but if it's not well written, then what's the point? But yeah. But yeah, in terms of alerts, I've only done the new follow alert yet at the moment. The raid alert, that's still a work in progress, which I do have the file open here. This one, it's still like, there's still a bunch of like stuff I need to fix, but I want this to be the raid alert. Yeah, it's always a work in progress. It is what it is. But yeah, this is the... Let me play it. But yeah. Basically, it's just like... It's kind of like... Since the comic's called Spirits of Monotony, I want it to be the raid to be like, you're being raided by certain amount of spirits. And I have a little curse here, another of my characters, fighting them off. The little spirit designs are not final, those are just placeholders while I was trying to figure out how to do the movement. I don't have that much experience with animation, so yeah, but I did do, I did work on this a little bit on stream. I did save the VODs for that, but yeah. Right now I do have like this alert is technically like up on the Twitch alerts, but it's like first version, it's really funny. Like it's less like detailed than this one. I don't think there's any spirits flying around. But that's gonna be the raid alert when I get to it. But right now I've been working on this webtoon reformat for months now, and I want to be done so I can start properly working on chapter 5. Or finishing my alerts, I don't know. It takes time. Yeah, internet seems to be good. Hopefully. Better stay that way. We still have an hour to go. But yeah, I'm probably just going to work on part 4 after I finish part 3. Which I'm almost done. I split it into 20 panel updates around that. Like, this one I think is 18, so give or take 20 panels. Personally, I just find that amount comfortable. When I read webtoons, I find 20 panels just like a very nice, just like, it's not very long, it's not a big update, but it's just comfortable if you're reading it like on the go, which I assume a lot of people are, if it's on their phone. Yeah. Where is that? If you're curious about if I have to give a synopsis about the story, I'm actually really bad at that. It's a slice of life story, and it's hard to say what it is about, because I just kinda had OCs and was like, I wanna make comics, I'm gonna start, and I started. I'm kinda not great at pitching this comic of mine, but it is primarily a slice of life story. It does have some supernatural elements to it, which is why there's angels and demons and stuff. But it is very, it's a slice of life to it's, I wouldn't say literal degree, but yeah, it is pretty, you know, it's just stuff going on. Like I said, I'm bad at pitching things, but if you like slice of life, then maybe you'll like this, I don't know. That's good, I'm glad you're here. This side. Though a lot of the supernatural stuff is... it's there, but it's like, this is primarily slice of life. I have to say, what is it? It's slice of life. Like, you're not gonna have to worry too much about why there's angels and demons, or why this woman is made of literally fire, but, I mean, we're gonna get to it later, but, you know. These are just people, basically. Yeah, I've been working on this for a couple of years now. I wish I could be working faster, but it is what it is. Like, by this point, I was already hoping to be around chapter 7, but it takes time. I'm only one little skeleton. I can only do so much. But maybe one day I'll be a proper skeleton and not a skeleton as pile of bones. But for now, I'm just a pile of bones. Good. So yeah, most of this is, there's not a lot of drawing going on, which is kind of why I want to start working in chapter 5 so I can show some drawing. I'm probably not gonna stream like doing the storyboards or like all of those sketches, because a lot of that requires a lot of thinking, and I don't know if I can do that on stream. But in terms of doing like line art and fixing speech bubbles and stuff, I can do that on stream, so yeah. But this one is mostly just like paneling and doing stuff. It's not that like, I guess, don't need to use my brain that much. Like I do, but I can still kind of work on it and chat a little bit with chat. Yeah, definitely. Oops. I'm trying to see how I put these. I think this is fine. Yeah, I have to get creative a little bit with some of the paneling. I kind of did this a couple of minutes ago, but yeah. Horizontal panels just do not look good in this format, because the resolution is kind of small. Vertical panels definitely thrive in this format more, and because this is not a webtoon originally, you know, I have to just work with what I got. I do a lot of horizontal panels in this version, but sometimes the panels are very horizontal, like here, these two bottom ones. So I have to like get a little creative, because if I do just shrink them and put them like on the phone screen, it looks way too small. So here you can tell I can split the panels all over the place. But I think it kind of works. It's a little hard to understand, but as long as you see the characters and they're kind of walking off screen and they're speaking, it kind of explains it. It's not as clear as here, but it just, the art would look too small, at least in my opinion. So I just felt like, yep. So I think that's it for the update. Wait, no, you didn't select the right thing, me. Where's the end card? Just gotta never forget the special things. which I used to only have one, because it used to only be one update of one chapter, but now it's split into a bunch of updates, so every update needs to have just the Patreon stuff, which I just got a couple of friends there, and a friend helped me do some of the screen tones, so I wanted to credit him, just when I was a little busy with work, and I was like, I need some help. So he was kind enough to help me with it, so I want to credit him. Let's see. I gotta shrink this a little bit because there's a lot of unused space. Yeah. How far in are we? 15 minutes? There's still time. I'm gonna start doing the probably. Well, I still need to save the thumbnail for both Tapas and Webtoon. I also need to do the read-through just in case nothing broke. Because sometimes I'm just like, I don't lock all of my layers, sometimes without realizing, it just, I accidentally drag a layer and then it's like, whoops, how did that happen? Yeah. Hello, Happy. It's been a while. How's it going? It's good to see you again. We're working on more of my webcomic, reformatting it. It's going. A little tired, but it's going. I ended up skipping Wednesday's stream because I was kind of tired, so now I'm like, well, I can't skip Friday. But still taking it easy. I can, yeah. I can see that. I can imagine that, I should say. Not see. I cannot see it. I'm a skeleton. I cannot see much. Alright, let me look through this really quickly again. Yeah, pretty much done with this part. I'm just doing a quick little read through. But it's been good. Yep, that works fine. Now I gotta choose what's gonna be the thumbnail. Oh, thank you. It's very appreciated. We had a couple of internet issues, but hopefully we'll be good for the rest of the remainder of the stream, which is I'm gonna stream for like slightly under an hour. I've been only I'm trying not to push myself too much, and I've been only streaming about 2 hours for our art streams. Cause I do work most days, so I end up quite tired by this time. But you know, not enough to not stream right now. Wednesday, definitely, I was tired. So I was just like, no stream Wednesday. I am taking care of myself and resting. But this time I have the energy to do at least one, 2 hours. But yeah. So I gotta choose the thumbnail. I always choose a character. I don't know who should it be. I tend to go for the biggest face. Yeah. I could go for what's funnier. I do like this Penny, the way she's like moving backwards here. But there's a lot of really good Damies right here. Damie is the devil with the glasses. Like, I feel like, like I said, normally I go for the most detailed faces for the thumbnail, but like this one just has really good energy, so I'm thinking this Damie here, I feel like that has thumbnail energy to me. I'm probably gonna do one that's not, this one's all crunchy because I made it small, but this one up here isn't crunchy. But I very much like that Damie there, so I think I'm gonna choose that one. See how it looks for the thumbnail. That's gonna be it. I should save this though. Export webtoon. You can see my files, but it's okay, it's a mess. Actually, it's not that much of a mess. I do keep my files relatively organized. Relatively, not like master levels of organizing, but I can find my files usually. We're gonna make a folder for part 3, and select. And that should be it. Yeah. That would be much appreciated. But yeah, technically Webtoon is still behind, but I am doing like trying to do like consistent weekly updates. But yeah, the Webtoon version I'm still like I think almost done with chapter 3 posting. Technically I do have chapter 4 posted somewhere else, but where are my links? Wait, I was gonna say where can you find a link for the other sites? I don't know, maybe below the stream, the gigantic buttons I purposely put there. So it's easy for people to know where they can read my comic. Yeah, there. Right below the stream. Just gigantic Spirit and Monotony posters with which website they're posting on. But yeah, the Webtoon and Tapas versions are a little behind. If you want to read what I'm working on right now, then its original version, you can go to Pixiv or Comic Fury. Comic Fury is just like a website hosting thing. So that one just kind of feels like a old-timey or like a regular webcomic website view. Pixiv is more just, it's its own beast, and I know some people don't use Pixiv. Anyway, let's activate this one. Where's deactivate text? It looks a little bit weird, but it's okay. Need to make a new file, just like whatever. How big should I make this? Maybe like this. And now I'm just working on the thumbnail for the, like I mentioned, for the actual post on Tapas and Webtoon. I'm always very lazy to do these, but I know that like once it's time to post, I'm gonna be like, oh, why didn't I do the thumbnail right then and there? So we're just gonna do that really quickly. Yeah, and the previous parts you'll notice that there's how do I put it? The gray, it's not grayscale, it's like I'm using like monochrome, like screen tones, because that's how the printed version would look, which in the original, where is it? You can kind of tell here. Yeah. There's just a bunch of squares to simulate gray, but when you resize them and change resolution, you can see there's... Here with the zoom in, you can simulate that distortion. Makes all the squares. So I finally made the decision specifically for the Webtoon version, because of the distortion, I just made it into grayscale, which honestly, I thought it was gonna look worse. It actually looks pretty nice. Like, it doesn't look bad at all. Like the gray colors. Or gray... I don't know what to call them, but you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't look bad at all. Like, I thought these grays would look bad or something, but no, it looks fine. But yeah, because because of the, like, me resizing them, the resolutions, 90% of the panels look like this. I assuming this is showing up properly on stream, maybe? Let me check. Yeah, okay, you can see that there's just a bunch of little, like, there's a lot of squares that are not supposed to be there. Like, it looks, yeah, so this is what happens a lot, and I think there's a couple of panels, I try to avoid it in the Webtoon version, but you can see there's a lot of, like, the distortion of the screen tones. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna turn them off for the webtoon format, and I think it's good that I made that decision. Anyway, little Damie here, we gotta make her into a thumbnail. So Tapas is 300 by 300 pixels. Pretty sure. Hopefully I'm not misremembering. Because the webtoon one, they changed it recently, and I keep forgetting what it is. Just gonna make sure I'm not making any mistakes. As much as I would like to go through these as fast as I can, that's how mistakes happen. I'm gonna go back again and change resolution again, and this time the width is going to be, how much was it? It was, no, not 242, it was 202. I remember this time. And then change canvas size to 142. Is the size of the webtoon. That should be good. Just the face. I just want the face. It might look... Wait, let me see how it looks here in 100. Yeah. Look. No, it makes sense. I was gonna say, can you even tell what's going on? But no, you can tell. It's all distorted, but it works. There's just something about that Damie that I very much like. Not gonna say that, doesn't matter, hey Curse. I'm not working on you today, I'm sorry. Just like you're not gonna be in the comic until... maybe a year for now. Yeah, Curse here. The character is gonna be featured in my raid alert, which is still a work in progress. She still hasn't shown up in the comic yet. It's been a while, but she'll show up. Just give it time. She'll be there. She's warming up. But she'll get there. Okay, so now we properly actually finished part 3. Woohoo! I know I don't sound excited, but it is exciting. So now, how much time do we have left? Yeah, like half an hour, maybe a little bit less than half an hour, but... So I'm just gonna start doing the... at least start the next file. So I made a little webtoon thing here. Now you just copy paste the header and the end card. Thank you. It's also good emotes for the music playing right now, so double purpose emotes. Celebratory, but also they go to the beat, kinda. What else am I doing? I'm doing the end card. Nope. There we go. And there it is. There is that. And I gotta really quickly just boop boop part forward. There we go. And now the part that I hate doing, but we're gonna do it. Right now I'm gonna close this because I don't need it. And properly save this. It's part 4. But yeah. This is the part that's going to be, I think, slightly longer. The last part, this part I just did is, I think, 18 panels. And this part, if I remember correctly, if I counted correctly, it's gonna be like 28. Mainly because I just like where, like, it's, I think, after 28 panels, it's a good cutoff point. So even if it makes the part a little longer, I think it's fine. I mean, there's webtoons there have like 60 pounds per update, so I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal if it's like, oh, from usually the average 20 panels, now it's 28, it's fine. Now let me remember where I put my windows. I keep not opening them properly. I only have one screen at the moment. A second one would be useful, but I'll get there. So right now I'm just like splitting my windows all over the place and hope I don't accidentally blow things up, which sometimes they do. Sometimes they blow up, but we fixed them. What was I doing? I need to locate the original files, and I don't know if I want to open them all because they're pretty big and my computer's not that powerful. So I'm gonna probably start, let's see, we're gonna start with page, so yeah, I'm gonna start with page 14 and it ends in 19. And I think that is 28 panels? Let me see. 6 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 4. Yeah, it's 28. But I think it's a good cutoff point. So let's see how I'm gonna have to split this page. This part is still, I think, let's see, we don't need to have this open anymore, I don't think so. No, I can close this, okay. I actually really enjoyed writing this part. I think chapter 4 is still like, I think it's still like a mess and it's not exactly the way I envisioned it, but I think it's definitely my favorite chapter that I've written so far. But yeah, this one, I'm debating how I should do this page, because when I do pages like these, sometimes I just copy paste them into the webtoon format, not move panels that much. Because it is very, like a very vertical page anyway. I can cut off a little bit of the edges. I don't think they matter too much, and they still look pretty decent. So this one, I think I am just gonna copy paste it. It's gonna be a beefy page update anyway, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. So now, gotta look through my layers, which have been progressively messier. Like, I try to keep my layers, organized, but I was not expecting to do these whole webtoon reformat. So I'm glad that at least I have them semi-organized, but I do need to, like, be very careful how I click through them. So I don't want to, like, accidentally ruin something. I guess in theory I could have copies, safety copies, but I should probably do that anyway. So I'm not afraid of accidentally ruining the original. But thank you, I'm still not great at, like, I would say I'm still not great at backgrounds, but I appreciate that you like this page, because I took, yeah, this one, like, every time I have to do, like, a full background, which, like I said, I'm not very used to doing, it takes a while. I did use some reference for the food truck over there, but I mean, you kind of have to. Then how are you going to learn how to draw a background? But yeah. It's just, usually also, if it's a location I intend to use a lot, I do go the extra effort to draw proper, like, where things are located. Because you could see in the previous page, there's not a lot of backgrounds, but it's already an established place. And I'm only one person, so I gotta not, I guess, spend a lifetime in one panel drawing a background. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I feel like half of the time when I don't know what to put, I'm just like, just put some birds. I think I did that also in chapter 1. I'm just like, just put some birds outside of the house. Put some birds. But yeah, this is a location that I will be, will show up multiple times in the comic, so that's why I kind of gave it like this proper, like, just like, look at this place, because you're gonna see it. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know how to draw a food truck, and this is, proportionally, I think food trucks are bigger, but don't tell anybody. Yeah, so here, basically, I'm just doing like just all the layers here are separated, and I'm gonna copy paste the panels. This one I'm just gonna copy paste the page. Before, let me fix my like folders here so I have them organized. I said 6 pages, right? And it's 14, so I want to keep things relatively organized because who knows? Future me might need the organization, as I mentioned earlier with how I wasn't expecting to have to do a webtoon reformat, but I'm glad at least I kept everything relatively organized so I can return to these files years later. Well, this one actually is months later. Yeah, months later. So here I need to do a copy of the tones, because I'm doing the thing I mentioned where I'm gonna turn off the screen tones. So they are just normal grayscale. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Which is not difficult at all. Just go like that. It's more tedious than anything. But I gotta make sure that I'm paying close attention so I don't make a mistake. So now it's all gray now. And it doesn't hurt to zoom in and out. Now I just gotta locate where all the important parts are. The text I need to remove for now. The angry lines I think I'm gonna also remove for now. Panels, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this. I'm not gonna separate the panels here. What is this? Is this some white lines? Let me check. I think it is like a... I don't know. I'm just not gonna touch it. If the layer is there for a reason. Oh, there it is. It's the bird's beaks, which I don't think are even visible. There we go. Yeah, these are... yeah, you can't even see them. But yeah, you can see them now. So for the purpose of this stream, look, you can see they painted them, the beaks white. This like crow beaks very quickly. But you can barely even see them. Okay, so now I gotta copy all of the important layers. Make copies and then merge them. And since I'm not doing any like panel resizing or anything, I can just copy, paste this on page 14. It's gonna show up around here. Yeah. I did the, for the previous file, I did this off stream, but now you get to actually see this part that I'm always like, I'm lazy. It's not like that much work, but I am always lazy to do. And now the speech rules and angry lines, I don't know if I'm gonna keep. I'll probably just redraw them. Text in, put it there. Just wanna see what it is. I don't know if there's a better way of doing this. I've mentioned this multiple times on stream, but I'm like, I don't know how people do this. Like, what's their workflow, I guess? I just kind of throw all this in this file and then start resizing, which, as you can see, it's a little bit weird looking, because it just... everything gets, like, covered by the gray space, but everything's there. When I start resizing, it will look fine. So I can do that. I'll do this for this one right now. Because I don't think I'll get to doing this, prepping this whole file. But I mean, I know I'm not the only one doing this, because Webtoon has been adding like comics and manga to Webtoon. Also some comic creators I follow. So it's not like anything, you know, people are doing this. So I'm sure there's people have their different methods of translating their work into Webtoon format. Let's see. So this, I do want to like crop a little bit. Even if it means cutting off a little bit of the background. So it looks nicer. But yeah, but this works fine in Webtoon format because it's, like I mentioned, it's more vertical than horizontal, so it looks pretty decent. And I put time in this background, so I want it to be visible. I wonder if I should like really make it close and make this panel like this. Let's see how it looks. No, I kind of like that you know that this is a separate panel. So I think I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, in chapter 3 in the beginning, there's also a lot of pages that I got. I wanted to get a little more creative with how I handle paneling, as experimenting and stuff, and yeah, I looked at those pages and I was like, I'm not breaking these apart. Like, the pages with like the individual panels that you can cleanly like separate, that's fine, but for pages like these where it's like, you can tell I was trying to get a little creative, I'm just like, nah, I'm just keeping them as they are. Like the first 4 pages of chapter 3, I'm just like, nope, I'm not touching them. But this is, I think, let me check. 50 is usually a good view. Yeah, it still looks a little small, but at least it covers most of the phone screen, which is what I want. But you can kind of tell. I think the only thing I would maybe change here, and something that I'm still struggling with, is like making my inks more like, I don't know what to call it, like just putting more work in them. Because this one, it's a big drawing. I end up using like, let's see here. The pen thickness, I feel like I should have gone slightly thicker. There's something about it that I personally am not, like, happy with. Obviously, if you look at the original file here and you zoom in, you can see everything fine, but I think most people are gonna look at it like this big. It all depends on, like, the book format, so it's just like I think there's room for improvement, basically is what I'm saying. Here, some of it, the detail's gonna be lost, but you can see it's like, it's still there. Yeah. And the speech bubbles, I think, are gonna be about the same. Here. Is this still the screen tone one? Nope. Right, because I have the... There we go. I want to leave the files as I found them. I do want to save some of the new layers I made, but yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the speech rolls. Well, actually, this speech roll here, I could put it like, so maybe the hurrahs and the other thing. Why is it roaring? I don't know. Who do you think would work at a sushi bear food truck? I don't know. We'll probably meet them later. I don't know. So now I'm doing... Normally I start prepping the file, but for some reason I wanted to see just having this one ready to go. Yeah. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should keep going. Where is this file? There it is. So yeah, a lot of times when I copy paste things, as you can see, they are just behind the gray nothing where you can't see anything. So that's why I'm wondering. I wonder if they have like a better way of doing this. Maybe like a second file with a similar resolution. Like in a second window or something. That would make sense in my mind. Where's this thing? There it is. Okay, I'm not actually fixing this right now. I'll do it later. I said I was gonna do the text right now, but I'm not. Moving on. But that is basically the page. If you draw like your art big enough, usually you can get away with just putting like the full pages like this. But I actually don't draw my art very big. I'm still like finding that balance between like panel count and art size and emphasis and all that. I'm still deciding what I want it to be. But yeah, for a webtoon, if you draw like 3 pounds per page and the characters look really big, usually that looks really good. Like usually you don't need to do much. But especially these pages coming up, I don't draw very big, so it's better to just, you know, do the proper webtoon format. So yeah, because the panels here start getting a bit small, and I had to make a decision between making this chapter have more pages or having more panels and like make them fit into one page. And usually I prefer not to have too much like dialogue per page. I want things to feel like they're progressing smoothly, but it just depends on like, okay, how many pages do I want to dedicate to this joke or like this part? So a lot of times I just cram a lot in one page because I feel like that's as much as I want that like subject to go for, I guess. There's a lot of, you know, thinking. Is that WAM part of the art itself? It is, I think. Oh no, but I can turn it off. Usually the onomatopoeias, sometimes I do like resize them, but I think this one looks fine. Maybe. We'll see. Nah, I'm gonna turn it off. As I say, I'm not gonna do anything. But I'll bring it back. Just don't let me forget about the WAM. Can't forget about the WAM. Yeah. What are we going for? I think I said I was gonna go until 8, and I started rambling a bit, so I'm gonna work a little bit more, and I'm probably gonna call the stream. Because right now, this session is 46 minutes, but technically I think it died. I think it's gonna be like 3 VODs for this, for this session, so whoops. Well, thank you. I'm glad you find it interesting. I was originally not gonna save the VODs for the art streams, but I was like, maybe somebody will care. So normally I only save VODs for game streams. Usually I play games on Friday, but because I skipped last Wednesday's stream, it was like, I need to keep working on this, because I do really want to finish this reformatting, because it's been taking a while. I wanted to finish them all in December, but December is always a busy time. Where's the tones? There they are. But yeah. But yeah. Just because this is how I'm doing it doesn't necessarily mean this is correct, though. Bear in mind that there could be a much more efficient way of doing this process. I do not know. And I'm a little lazy right now to do some research, or maybe one day I'll do research, and maybe I'll find a better workflow for this, but I don't know. It doesn't take that long, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm still debating what's gonna be the next game stream, but I'll decide that at some point. Last time I played with a friend, which was kind of a mess for a lot of reasons, but I played Mario 64 and 100% in one sitting, which took me like a little over 6 hours, I think. The reason it was kind of a messy stream is just because a friend of mine wanted to join, so we ended up doing like almost like a race, and I like just basically during stream just started fixing the layout, and I was like, what's going on? Also, and I think I have it in my tags, I also speak Spanish, and my friend speaks Spanish. You can probably tell because of my accent, but yeah, so we kind of like swap between like we're gonna speak English now we're gonna speak Spanish, so it's such a messy stream, but it was really fun. I'm glad he decided to suggest doing like both of us playing the game together. So yeah, that was pretty fun. But yeah, at the moment I've mostly just been playing games that I'm familiar with. Like I said, I'm still new to streaming, so doing things I'm familiar with or like not too thinky. Like this, like what I'm doing right now, I'm not drawing, I'm just moving panels of things I've drawn before. So it doesn't require me to think too much, but as I get used to streaming, I hope to do things that are, you know, like more art streams and proper drawing streams, or even like streams where I don't know what I'm gonna draw, but I'm just making it. Because the thinking part of deciding what I'm gonna draw, I almost always do that off stream. Let's see, now I'm gonna think really quickly here. Gotta focus to make sure I don't select something correctly. Okay, it's not that complicated. So just gonna start selecting layers, copying them, and merging selected, and that's it. Now I can start copy pasting. So the last one I didn't do this because I just copied the entire page as it was. But normally I do, once they're just all the layers are merged, I go here to this folder, and then copy paste it, and just kind of place it somewhere where I know it's gonna go, and then rinse and repeat with all the other panels. I basically take them apart, and then go back here, and sometimes it gets lost. Sometimes, as you can see, the first one appeared at the top, and then this one appeared in the middle. I haven't figured out what causes that, because whenever I copy the header and the end card, because I guess the file I'm copying it on is about the same, like resolution, it does paste exactly where I want it, but these ones with like, they're coming from a file of a different resolution, it just kind of appears somewhere seemingly unpredictable, but I don't think it is. Do my playlist die? We can't have silence. That makes me nervous. I could have sworn I made the playlist loop. Oh, probably when the internet died, it undid my thingy. And it's okay. Just a second of silence. Just a small second. This is not my clip studio, this is my stream OBS. Yeah, we're almost done with stream. I'm gonna just do more copy pasting here, and I'm gonna call the stream. But thank you so much, people, for joining and seeing me ramble in my process. It takes me a second to start getting some. It's funny because I am tired and I do want to stop streaming, but after 2 hours, I can feel like I start like gaining some momentum, and I feel like I start feeling more comfortable speaking and stuff. I usually, when I starts kind of like just simple. So now I'm like, oh, I feel like I have some momentum going, but now it's like, oh, it's been 2 hours, stream's over, gotta get my good 8 hours of sleep. Oh, thank you so much. Definitely, thank you so much for showing up and for the follow. It helps me a lot. Yeah, but thank you. It means a lot. And I'm happy you like this comic that is very just self-indulgent in terms of I'm just doing what I want. But I'm glad people are enjoying. I'm just kinda like making something I think I would enjoy based on like all the manga and comics I read. I don't think I could point to a specific story though as an inspiration. I'm kind of just like going by vibes. I'm just like, yeah, just you know, it's slice of life or whatever. Anything goes. I don't know. But if people find the comic entertaining, then that's enough. That makes me happy. Yeah. Just going to, let's see. When I start rambling, sometimes I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, and this part is very important that I pay attention to what I'm doing. So the art's been copied, now I need to do the text. And believe it or not, even though I did these pages a couple months ago and it hasn't been that long, I forget what I wrote, like immediately. Not immediately, but I forget like where speech bubbles go and stuff, so that's why I have to have this page always open. To remember, where did this go? I don't remember. I'm just keeping those there, and I'm missing a couple of speech bubbles. I wonder in here, because I usually don't use a panel tool. I just kind of draw rectangles and squares. And yeah, but they do have some handy features, those panel tools. Like, as you can see here, the reason why this is an actual panel tool panel is because I can make it automatically like crops the speech bubble. Here, look. Well, I can't drag it, it's locked. But yeah, it automatically crops this speech bubble here. Let me see if I can actually unlock this so I can show it. Yeah, you can see like it's actually bigger, but if it's a panel, like if you use the panel tool to make a panel, it keeps everything within that panel if you put it inside of the layer. So it just makes it so you don't have to, like, I don't know, worry about drawing outside of the panel. Also, it grays out every other panel, as you can see here. I don't usually use it just because, I don't know, I kind of like the feeling of, I mean, I've never drawn, like, well, not drawn. I've never done this comic traditionally. Maybe one day it'd be fun to do it on paper. But I kind of just like making it feel traditional, where I'm just like, I don't have these fancy tools, I'm just drawing it. I'm still using these fancy tools sometimes, but if I don't feel like I need it, I usually don't use the panel tool. But the Clip Studio has a lot of really good features. And also, I didn't forget that message. Thank you for reminding me about the WAM. I forgot about the WAM. So I'm glad you actually reminded me. Where did I put that WAM? Here it is. Here's the WAM. I actually did indeed forget about the WAM. There it is. The WAM is there. The WAM made it home safely. I think that's everything I need to copy for page 15. If I forgot something, I'll just fix it later. Yeah, I usually do some work off stream, but yeah. Almost every single time I'm like, I'll finish this off stream, I'm like, it's Monday now, and it's just like, I didn't do anything. So you get more reformatting on stream. Yeah. And that's gonna be it. We're done for tonight. I think I went over a little bit more than 2 hours, which is good. But yeah, even if like sometimes I can get distracted and work slower, it does, streaming does help me stay on task. I don't check social media, or I also go for longer. If I have to stream 2 hours, then I have to work for 2 hours. I finished part 3 about an hour in, and if I wouldn't have been streaming, I would have stopped there. I would have been like, okay, I did something. So, and we actually did more this time. I started working on part 4. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for reminding me about the WAM, and thank you for the follows, Patu. It's been nice seeing ya. And you know, if you want to tune in again, I wouldn't mind that. Generally, I stream. I don't have like a proper schedule page, but I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's my usual streaming thing. If everything goes in order, usually Monday and Wednesdays are for art-related streams, and Fridays are usually game streams, but as you can see, it's today's Friday. Sometimes I don't follow that. That's usually like a general guideline, but I don't always follow that. But yeah, but most likely, next stream will be on Monday. Yeah. Unless I don't know, do something on weekends. But usually I don't stream on weekends. But anyway. Yeah, thank you so much for everything, as I already said. I am very bad at ending streams. But, yeah. Just gonna see. Let's see. I usually forget to raid, but let's see if there's anybody I follow we can raid. Oh. Well, I finally caught Jay streaming. We'll raid Jay. He is an artist. He's pretty cool. I think he's doing like merch right now. I think usually what he's doing recently. He also has like a comic. But yeah, we're gonna raid that. We're gonna raid Jay. I forget how to raid, but I'm pretty sure it's going off somewhere up there. Yeah. it should be going in again. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, see you soon. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna rate J, and, you know, have a good one. Bye. Bye, good night, blah, blah, blah. I think we did it. Goodbye. Bleh.